a lot of the makeup looks I do are kind of like more extravagant makeup looks, I would say. Things that, you know, you got to sit down and really take time to do and have the extra minutes in the day. And a lot of us don't have those extra minutes. So in today's video, I want to focus on the working mom. Yeah, like I'm talking to you, mom of 3, getting 2 out the door for school, 1 out the door for daycare. You've got to get to your job, get started on your projects by 8:30 a.m. Like, you don't have a lot of time to be sitting there doing these extravagant, extreme eyeshadow looks, contour, blah, 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 blah. But you still want to look nice. You want to look like you actually had more than 3.5 hours sleep. Well, today, I'm talking to you. Okay, so the first tip, we have to invest in our skincare, our skin prep. You can buy all the expensive makeup. You can go over to Ulta, Sephora, get all the name brand stuff, but if we're not prepping our skin adequately, none of that stuff is going to matter. Something you might be interested in starting with is a hydrating mist. Kind of just like wakes you up, get your skin a little bit of hydration to start with. I truly feel like when I started using the Wet n Wild spray, the Photo Focus 3-in-1 Rose Spray, on my face before I started makeup, I really noticed a difference in application. Right now I'm using the Wet n Wild Vitamin Super Nutrient Face Mist, and I just give myself a little spritz before I start my makeup, and this one smells really good. I don't know if it's oranges or what, but it smells really nice. And whether you have oily skin or dry skin, you want to set up your face with hydration. You want to hydrate under the makeup you're going to use, and then we'll dial back and talk about mattifying. But like even a hydrating toner, like evening out your skin tone. This is like super duper duper key. The number one anti-aging step that we need to do is sunscreen. I have been mixing these two. This is a Sun Touchable Whoa Glow that does have a little bit of like shimmer and shine to it when you put it on your face. Not shimmer and shine. What do I want to say? Like, well, not shimmer, but it does give a little bit of glow. And then I've been putting some of the Neutrogena Age Shield Face Oil-Free Sunscreen, Broad Spectrum SPF 70. Sunscreen. Even if you're going to be in an office all day, this protects you from all the overhead lighting, the blue light coming at you from your computer. Like, sunscreen is key. So, face prep. Like, all the steps you do before you even put makeup on is what's really going to count. If you've been on my channel for a while, you'll know that I went aluminum free with my deodorant, and I'm trying out this new one. This is the Arm & Hammer Essentials Natural Deodorizers, free of aluminum, parabens, and phthalates, and it's in juniper berry. It's a different consistency, and I want to try it out because the last 3 times I got the Dr. Teal's one, which is my favorite. When I get to the end, like the thing breaks off and there's so much product left that I can't use, that I thought, well, I'm going to try a different one. So I'm testing that one out. That's only like 4 days that I've been using it, so I can't tell you what I think about it yet. So now we've prepped, and you're like, okay, what about primers? Honestly, if your skin prep is set up right, you're not going to need a primer. However, if you are oily and you want something mattifying, now would be the time to apply a mattifying primer. I am not oily, so I don't have like one that I particularly apply. I know people are raving about the e.l.f. I don't know if they're called Power Grip. The e.l.f. gripping primers. There's the green one, which is supposedly for more of your oily people, and then there's the pink one. There's the pink one that has niacinamide, that is more geared toward your dry skinned people. I am going to be using the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. It just gives a little bit of stickiness, and I'm just going to tap it in where I feel like my makeup tends to wear off the quickest. And honestly, that's it. Like, I'm not even going to bother putting it on. Well, let's do a little bit on the forehead, because when I get to sweating, sometimes it will come off up here. Okay, so I'm just going to press that in. So now, let's move on to face. If you are wanting to do your makeup quickly, you're going to want to focus on your base rather than those extravagant eyeshadow looks. Okay, so when it comes to your base, you're going to start with your foundation. I would recommend, this is another step I would invest in. Some people don't react well to having SPF on their face in their makeup products, and some people it doesn't bother them. I am personally one person that it doesn't bother me if my makeup products have SPF. From the drugstore, one that you can find is the L'Oreal Paradise water infused tinted moisturizer. This has SPF 19. Now, don't allow this to be your SPF alone, because the amount of product you're going to be using on your face is not going to equate the proper amount of SPF you're going to want for like your actual coverage. But having a product with additional SPF in it isn't going to hurt. This one, Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream, Broad Spectrum SPF 30 is a really nice option. And then this one, the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Nude Glow. And this has SPF 40. Now, the reason I like IT Cosmetics is because they not only include SPF, but like their line is geared toward having skincare ingredients in their products. If you don't want a glowy one, they have an original one that's just like more of your satin finish. And they also have an option that is matte. So you should be able to find something in this range that will fit your skin needs. So we're going to go in with this one today. So I'm just going to take a little bit on the back of my hand. Now this is a little bit dark for me, even though this is fair beige. It could be a little lighter. So, okay, so that was just like a half a pump. So I'm going to take like another half a pump, and that honestly should do what I need as far as coverage. Trying out a new hairstyle. I think it's too young for me, but whatever. We're too late now to change it. Now, something you can do if you're trying to be quick and you're not someone who likes to go in with like a lighter color under your eyes, take your foundation brush, take it over your eye and your under eye, and that's going to even out. So like, look at the difference between how red and patchy to how even now my eye looks. If you're not going to double down on your products, I think it's absolutely fine to go in with your foundation on your under eyes. It's when you want to apply additional product that can become a problem, because then the product becomes too heavy and will settle and accentuate your fine lines and wrinkles. Now this next step you could absolutely skip if you're happy with your makeup. For me, I like to go over and just finalize everything. I take my sponge, spray a little bit of the spray that I started with, and I'm just going to tap everything in and make sure that everything has kind of melted and been pressed into my skin. And it's pretty quick when you're not using the sponge as the original full-fledged like applicating process. I don't even know if those are words. You just kind of give a quick tap everywhere. Let's say at that point I'm happy. My under eyes are concealed. My redness is gone. I'm not looking to go in with like an additional concealer. Then we skip that step. If you want to go with concealer, I would keep it very light into the inner corners of the eye to just give a little bit of brightness. But again, if you're trying to be quick, skip that step. You can go in with your foundation on your under eyes, and I don't really see a problem with it. Again, that kind of all boils back down to your skin prep. The next thing we're going to go into is double duty products. Now, the more mature your skin is, the more you're going to want to stay away from powders, just because powders applied on top of each other begin to look a little bit cakey, a little crusty. They can settle. So creams, liquids, that's going to be the kind of the route that you want to start looking. So when I say double duty products, I'm talking about a lip and cheek tint. Something that you can use as your blush, but also as your lip color. Now, if you're going to do that, I do suggest you putting a lip liner on underneath first. Two of my absolute favorites are the NYX, the lip pencils from them. This is Peekaboo Neutral, and I love Milani, the True Statement pencils, and this one is all natural. So for today, we're going to go in with the NYX one. Doing the lip liner is going to extend the longevity of the product that you put on your lips. So for some affordable drugstore options, let's start with Flower Beauty. They have the Gel Crush lip and cheek products. They also have these Scribble sticks. Now these say for eyes and lips, but I've used it on my cheeks and I really, really like it. Hard Candy you can find at Walmart. This is the lip and cheek tint. And then Revolution or Relove, which is the Revolution brand found in Walmart. They have these baby tint lip and cheek tints. So for today, I am actually going to go in with the Scribble stick. So the first thing I do is I'm going to warm it up a little bit on the back of my hand. So you could do that and then apply it, or go straight in and then blend out with a sponge. Or even if you want to kind of blend it in, use the brush that you used to put on your foundation. These ones, like I said, I know it says for eye and lip, but I really like it on my cheek. So that's one layer, very light, just gives me a little flush. I'm going to go in with the second layer. This is in the shade Tickle Me Pink. That looks like a lot. Then as you blend it out, it really isn't as extreme as you think. Like, I love the name Scribble Stick. I think that is just so spot on for this product. Perfect. And then, double duty. I now have my lip color for the day. Okay, so if you're someone who would like a little bit more coverage, you could always, when it comes time to powder, look into a powder foundation. This is L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. I really do like this powder. It's going to set things down in place, but also add a little bit of additional coverage. The NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Mattifying Powder is wonderful. I absolutely love this. I think this is my third repurchase of this, and this is the one that I'm going to go in with today and show you how I'm going to powder. Okay, this is when those little powder puffs that you see everybody talking about that you can buy really cheap off Amazon are going to come in handy. This is the Yo Twin brand that I got a long time ago off Amazon. So I'm going to tap it into my powder. I'm going to start on my chin. This is a tip that I put in another video of mine, like trying some pro MUA makeup tips. She told me about this, but she said this came from Scott Barnes. You start low, work high, so you're not putting the bulk of your product under your eye. Start low, work high, so the bulk of the product doesn't go under your eye and create like cakiness. So I'm going to start by patting this on my chin. I'm going to take it around my nose, and then I'm going to work up under my eye because I do have to set my under eye. Okay, so that is set. That is not. It just took a little bit of the shine away. So I'm just going to tap in. Because this is a pressed powder, I am going to kind of swipe. And then I'm going to do this side of my nose. Then, if you feel like you would like powder anywhere else, take a very fluffy brush. Just kind of sweep. And sweep the perimeter. Okay, bronzer. Here's where we're going to get into like the eye look to make it like another double duty type deal. I love the Milani bronzer. The Silky Matte bronzer from Milani is wonderful. And this is where, when it comes to bronzer, I don't feel like going in with powder is going to be a big issue because you're sticking to the perimeter of your face more so. So I am going to take this brush. This is from Eco Tools, the blending and bronzing brush. Tap in. And we're just going to warm up the face. Put a little bit of that color back that we lost. Now, for this next step, I would take a little bit of a smaller brush. Maybe even a brush with like a point. This is the Sephora Blush, Sculpting Blush Brush 99. I'm going to take that bronzer. I'm going to put it on my eyelid and I'm going to sweep it up. I'm going to put it over and up. That's just going to give me a little bit of dimension on my eyes, nothing crazy. Okay, last two steps, brows and mascara. Okay, if you don't have a lot of time on brows, but you want to give them a little bit of fullness, try a brow gel. I really like the Wow Brow from e.l.f. This is in the shade Taupe. I'm just brushing my brows into place. This gives them a little bit of fullness. If you have extra time, you absolutely could go in with a brow pencil to kind of frame them out more so. Here, let me show you. Okay, so here's one step, just the Wow Brow Gel. I now have kind of shaped and framed, what is that? I've kind of shaped and framed my face. Now, let's say I have a little bit of extra time. I can go in and be a little more detailed, precise. Take a brow pencil. I'm going to fill in the front and fill in the tail and brush through. And you see now I have just a little bit of extra shape over here on this side. So it's just dependent on what you want, what you have the time for. This will do. This is like a little bit of an elevated step. Now, if you have naturally long, luscious lashes, luscious lashes, you can step this next step. But for me, because I don't have time to put on strip lashes in the morning, I'm going to take the extra step and go in with some lash primer. Because number one, because I wear glasses, so like I don't want my eyes to kind of like fade underneath my glasses, so I want my eyelashes to stand out. So I'm going to go in with a primer. Okay, while that dries, let's count how many products we have used. 10, 11, 12. So 12 products has been my full face, and you can get rid of one of the brows, get rid of the eyelash primer, so that makes it 10. 10 products for a full face. All right, good thing we're using waterproof mascara today. Okay, and there we have it. There is my 10 product working woman makeup look, using some products as double duty products. Really focusing on our skin prep. Again, you can customize this. Maybe you want to do a little bit more eyeshadow. Get you one of these cheap 4-pan palettes from e.l.f. Not that one. Where's the other one? Like this. This one, the cream and sugar, excellent. Give you a little pizzazz on the eyes. Primer, you may be able to skip primer if you're not oily and you've done your skin prep really well and you don't need to mattify. This, we could even triple have used this and put a little bit of this on the eyes. Give ourselves a little bit of color. Now we have some eyeshadow. So triple use there. If I wasn't talking, you could probably do this whole thing in about 10-15 minutes if I wasn't like sitting here explaining it to you. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, let me know. If you're like, hey, what can I do quickly to accomplish this? I'll try to help you as best I can. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you will like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.